Dear student, welcome to the online classes of class 5th. Today I am here to explain a pending part of chapter 9, and the topic is how does a solution form, means what is necessary things to prepare a solids and what is the necessary things we have for making a solution. So first sub point is solubility of solid. Solubility of solid means how to soluble in a water. When we take a solute like salt and sugar, and we mix it in a solvent, they occupy the space just between the space of the molecules of the solvent. For example, in this picture, we have drawn a tumbler, and this tumbler is filled with water. In this diagram, the molecules of water is available, and this one is a molecules of water, and this one dark color round surface, round structure is a molecule of solute. So the molecule of solute is occupy the space just between the molecule of the water, and after this they form a solution. This one is a solution. And the more solid we dissolve and the more solute we dissolve in a mixture, we get a stronger solution. But at the peak time, no more solid is dissolved in a solvent. The reason behind this is there is no space vacant just between the molecules of the water. Next topic is, second heading is solubility of gases. So students, can you observe a soft drink? When you just open the cork of the cold drink water, you can observe some bubbles are coming out from the soft drink bottle. Where do you think the bubbles comes from? Is this a water vapor bubbles, or is this a other gas? So the concept of this bubble is the bubbles present in a fizzy cold drink is a carbon dioxide, and the short form of carbon dioxide is CO2. The bubbles which are present inside the cold drink bottle or in a fizzy drink bottle is just because of the carbon dioxide gas. Next is some aquatic animals are also survive in a surface of water. Some other examples I have, some aquatic animals lives in a pond, lake, river and other places where water is available. So some fishes are present and survive their life in water, underwater. So how can they breathe in a water? So the dissolved oxygen is present under the water, and this dissolved oxygen is responsible for the surviving of the life. Next topic is third heading, solubility of liquid. Its solubility of liquid means how the liquids are soluble in a liquid. So, and there are two terms. First is miscible and second one is immiscible. What is miscible? When the two liquids like water and rose syrup mix together, they form a solution, and this solution is miscible solution. Second example is when we take a oil and try to mix with the petrol. This is also known as a miscible. So the concept is this: when a two liquid mix together, they form a miscible, and when two liquids can't mix together there and can't perform and make a solution, that is a immiscible solution. Like when you try to mix some drop of the oil in a half glass of the water, the oil is just present on a surface of water. This is a immiscible solution. Next topic is water is a universal solvent. And what is the main function of this universal solvent? Universal solvent. Universal solvent is water. Water is also known as a universal solvent because it dissolves more substances inside it. The fact that water can dissolve many substances and play a very important role in our daily life, and because of this we can do washing, cooking, cleaning, and also making a drink like a Nibu Pani. This property is very important for the life because it means that they are very helpful for our daily life. Next topic is floating and sinking. So students, can you observe ice cubes? When you put the ice cubes on a glass of cold drink, you can observe they float on a surface of the cold drink. Why it is not sink? Because when some objects are lighter than the weight of the solvent, they float on a surface of water, are called the floating object. For example, plastic, ice cubes, on a surface of the water and they are called floating objects. But some objects are heavier than the water or heavier than a solute and the solvent. They sink at the bottom of the surface, and the example of that type of objects are coin, stone, and some other heavy objects. Next topic we will cover in this video. The next topic is physical and the chemical changes. Physical and chemical changes. What are the physical change and what are the chemical change? First is physical changes and second one is chemical changes. So what is physical change and what is the chemical change? You have seen that upon heating and cooling, some material like water, butter and wax change their state. But after some time, we can get back their original state. These changes are known as physical change. When we get back the original state of any object, that are called the physical changes. For example, melting of water, melting of water is a physical change. Second is melting of butter is also a physical change, and chopping of wood, is also a physical change, and in a physical change we can get back the original state of the any material, and this one is a reversible process. Next is chemical changes. Some changes cannot be reversed at all and they are called the chemical change. When we burn, cook and rusting and rotting is examples of chemical change. For example, cooking food. Cooking food is a best example of chemical change. When your mama make a roti, you can't get back the dough of the flour. And when a milk change into a curd, you can't get back the milk from the curd. So second example is curd from the milk. Both are the chemical changes. So what is the main difference between the physical and the chemical change? In physical change, we can get back the original state of the material, but in chemical change, we can't get back the original state of the material. So students, this topic and this chapter is cleared here. And if you have any query related to this video, related to this chapter, ask me on our WhatsApp classes and ask me your queries. So read this chapter till here, and thank you. Bye.